Hey everyone, welcome to their first-person gameplay commentary. My name is Drybear, and this time around I'm playing Artemis. She's a ranged physical carry. She used to be top tier until the introduction of Cupid and On Her, which kind of took her place as a top tier ranged physical carry, mainly because they're both highly mobile. Artemis has no mobility of her own. She has some good utility, and she definitely has the same scaling that Cupid or On Her does. She can do some really scary damage, but just in general, because of her low mobility and her vulnerability during team fights, and just very highly gankable in the side lanes and mid lane, it's just kind of fallen out of style. She kind of dropped down to about mid tier. And if you look at pretty much most of the physical carries available, Bakasura, Sun Wukong, On Her, Cupid, of those four I just mentioned, 3 of them have leaps, and Cupid has a dash, which allows them to escape danger, reposition during team fights, and are very difficult to focus in general, just because of that. So, do I want left or right? I don't know, audience. What do you want? I'll go with Vamana. Vamana's a boss. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some of this, some of that, and a little of this, and none of that. Whatever. We don't need potions. We don't need no potions. The boots just got increased in value, so that's why I didn't realize that was that. So I guess he's gonna go right. I do have a spotlight video out for Artemis. It was actually my second video ever made on YouTube. I've kind of improved my style and technique, as well as my hardware choice and everything like that. So I apologize if the video has poor audio quality, but you can check that out in the link in the description or the annotation on the screen. It will open in a new window, so it'll pause this video and open in a new window, so you don't have to worry about resuming this when you get back. Let's see, I got 3 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and hop back and pick up at least one healing potion. As far as abilities go, her passive is called Still Target. When she lands a basic attack on an enemy god or minion, she will have an increase in her critical strike chance by 5%. This will stack up to 3 times, but it only has a 4-second duration. You constantly have to be having basic attacks land in order to keep this buff active. Her first ability is called Transgressor's Fate. This is a trap that is placeable at her feet that can only be triggered by gods, and it will root them in place when they trigger it for 3 seconds, doing physical damage every second for those 3 seconds, so it does some decent damage. Her second ability is called Vengeful Assault. This is a steroid ability which will allow her to increase her attack speed for 3 seconds. This is one of the reasons why she's a very good carry in general. She can activate this late game. This kind of develops her item build because of this ability, so I'll go over that in a minute. He's looking like he wants to go at something. I'm wondering why. I don't know if whoever's missing is on the way here. You can generally tell if you're about to get ganked or if something's about to happen just by the movement of the enemy you're facing. Her third ability is called Suppress the Insolent. This is the ability I picked up first, and it is the ability I maxed out first, and pretty much everyone who I've seen plays it the exact same way. This guy is getting a little crazy. I was hoping he would not get caught behind those minions, so I threw out that Vengeful Assault there, but I'm wondering where his jungler is. Bakasura is the jungler. In the recent patch, they made it so you cannot see items unless you have actually seen the god throughout or outside of the Fog of War. So I can tell he's their jungler because he has not been seen by anyone on my team yet. So his items haven't shown up. But yeah, most people, pretty much everyone I've seen ever play Artemis will max out Suppress the Insolent first, just because it is your highest damage dealing ability. It has a slow. It'll basically, it's a ground target ability that will throw down arrows in the area, do physical damage to everyone in the area, and slow them by 25% for 2 seconds. Need to watch the minions here. Heart Bomb should be coming up in about 4 seconds, although he doesn't have a stun ready. Just gonna get some free shots out here. There's the Heart Bomb. Although I can't land a basic attack to save my own life. He has a health buff, so I need to be a little bit careful here. Looks like we're gonna be able to pick this up. And probably the Cupid as well. You can see how Artemis is very, very powerful. She's a very good carry. She's very good in super early game, and then she kind of falls out for a short while until she hits her ultimate, and then she gets pretty effective. The combo you generally want to use is use her ultimate, follow up with a trap underneath them. Speaking of which, your ultimate is called Caledonian Boar, which will summon a boar at her feet and charge a nearby god, stunning them for 2 seconds. And this will... Sorry, I was reading this obnoxiousness. It will stun the enemy god for 2 seconds, doing physical damage to them. However, the boar itself gets stunned, The boar lasts 6 seconds, so it can stun up to 3 people. However, the boar itself does have a health pool. So it can be focused down, and late game it kind of just gets killed before it gets all the stuns off. Spogosaur needs to leap. I don't know if he's going to or not. Oh, so close. And the boar having an HP bar, and the fact that he's easily focused, and the fact that Artemis is one of the free gods. One of the first 5 gods that you get for free when you play the game. When you first install the game, you get access to Artemis. And she's kind of been around forever throughout the entire closed beta for the last 2-3 months. So she's just very available, so people are very accustomed. I don't know if he has his dash yet or not. If he doesn't, I can just go for the... doesn't look like he does, actually. Kind of jacked that a bit, but I kind of do need the gold. Bakasura got the health buff, so there he is. So the boar is easily focused, and the fact that Artemis is quite ancient, she's like been around for a very long time, and even the people that just start playing the game end up having to play with her because she is free. A lot of people are very accustomed to dealing with her. People expect the traps to be there. They're very used to dodging them and avoiding them. They're also kind of privying up to the fact that you can focus her ultimate, her boar, and kill it before it's stunning people. They don't have an ulti here. Looks like this might be a bit of a stomp. Hopefully not too much. I'm going to go ahead and head back. If I stop there, the minions will hit me. So I'm going to head back and finish off my Devourer's Gloves so I can start stacking that up. As far as item build goes, I mean, there's a lot of room. Not as much room as other physical carries. I mean, she doesn't really have as many options that other carries do because of her low mobility. What I've seen is 2 schools of thought with Artemis. Some people believe that since she has her Vengeful Assault, they like to max out her attack speed as much as they possibly can until you reach attack speed cap, which I believe is 2.5. So once you reach attack speed cap, then you start going for damage. That's what some people do. I'm a member of the other school of thought, where you basically, since she has her own native attack speed, then you don't have to go for attack speed. See if I can't get this kill here. Get that slow off. So that I can't land any basic attacks. Oh man. I guess the minions got him there. So I'm going to go ahead and go around here. Hopefully I can get this Bakasura while he's running. He's going to go around. He has the health buff as well, so a little bit too concerned about that. Maybe I'll just go push this. Hopefully this isn't something that'll just end right away. See how I'm just farming super well now. My goal here, since I have the Devourer's Gloves, is just max out the stacks, farm that up as much as I can. But like I said, I haven't shown it yet, but there's a combo with Artemis. You basically want to activate the ultimate and then immediately follow up with a trap. Let's see if I can't show it here. Since he did leap, he won't be able to leap again. You want to drop the trap on top of him when he gets stunned by the boar, which lasts for 2 seconds. And then you can follow up. These guys are getting a little bit too aggressive for their situation. The skill build that I use, which is pretty common, is the one you can see in the bottom of the screen. I maxed out Suppress the Insolent first, and then follow up with Vengeful Assault. We're kind of just pushing this all the way in here. But I'm of the second school of thought, where I just like to, since she has her own attack speed modifier, that I just go for pure damage. I don't go for attack speed quite until like my 4th item or so. Just because I think since she has her own attack speed, you can get more effectiveness out of just raw damage. In general, when you're building a physical carry, you want to make sure you don't go too heavy on damage or too heavy on attack speed. If you have a lot of... He's going to have an ultimate ready here. He's going for it, yep. I'm probably going to die here. Pretty expected. I mean, low mobility, like I said. If I was, let's say, Sun Wukong or on her, I could have easily jumped out there, but all I can really do is just run away. Pick up some beads so that doesn't happen again, and I'm kind of glad that happened. That way we don't end the game too quickly. But yeah, just in general, when you're building a physical carry, you don't want to have too much damage, too much attack speed, because if you have a lot of damage but no attack speed, then your damage limiter is going to be the attack speed. So you're doing a lot of damage, but you're not hitting very fast to get effectiveness out of that. If you have high attack speed but very low damage, excluding Bakasura, of course, since he does true damage, but if you have very high attack speed, low damage, your damage limiter is going to be your damage. So a lot of people will go for a damage item early on and then go for attack speed and then build items based on what they need from there. Just so you have a very equal balance of attack speed and damage so that you're getting full DPS out of it. I can probably just go for a kill here on the Cupid. If I can bait him into using his dash, clear this whole wave. I want to get as close as I can to him. The thing is, there's an animation for the boar, so I need to run past this wave and see if I can't get that to happen. The boar will stun. You want to drop a trap right on top of him. Trying to avoid getting hit by the minions here. Or trying to avoid having the minions hit me. That was just a product of me being farmed over him. I mean, he's just... They had a poor laning phase. So I'll probably go for Devourer's Gloves. I might go for a little bit of attack speed next. Actually, I'm farming really well, so I'll probably pick up a Deathbringer. I have beads, no ultimate, but some good damage, so if he ulties, he'll lose the fight. Right now, you can tell he's already losing the fight. His leap is down. Just really trying to focus there, so I make sure that I get the amount of damage I needed in before I could land my suppress the insulate. Cupid's coming in for some strange reason. He needs to dash out. There he goes. So my Devourer's Gloves are fully stacked now. Left lane is completely pushed, so I might want to go join my team. Actually, I'm just going to get all the buffs. So yeah, since I'm farming so well and I'm getting a lot of extra gold, I want to keep my lead by buying items that are generally expensive or risky, but will grant me a huge advantage. If I buy items that give me a small advantage, like let's say I'm getting really good farm, but I buy early to mid game items, like cheap items, like the new item, the Death's Toll. It's very cheap, but it's meant for early game. It gives you small amount of physical power, small amount of penetration, and then it heals you when you land a last hit. If I bought something like that with the gold that I have now, it really would kind of decrease my lead, because it doesn't give me a big advantage, it gives me a small one. So I want to use that money that I'm getting ahead of my team, the enemy team, to keep my advantage alive. And by doing that, they're basically less likely to be able to come back and face me 1v1, or even in a team fight. So I'll probably pick up a Deathbringer next, just because it's the most expensive item, but it gives you some of the highest damage numbers per item. It's very expensive. Probably one of the most expensive in the game, along with the Ratatouille, which also gives you the most magical damage per item. So I'm going to head back. It's 840, I think. Yeah, 840. I'm going to go ahead and finish that off. Maybe this game we won't be able to see, but hopefully, I mean, you saw already with the Hades that jumped on me, I really couldn't do much. But if I was another physical carry, then surrender vote. What? You saw how once I got caught out, there really wasn't much I could do about it. If I was any one of the other physical carries, I could have easily just jumped out or anything like that. See if this Hades wants to stick around. Ooh, it feared me into the tower. Interesting. I have a lot of lifesteal, so I'm just going to go ahead and farm back up. I'm kind of pushing blindly here, just because I'm so farmed and my ultimate's up, plus I have my beads, that I'm really not scared of anyone that comes around me. There's not really a whole lot any of them can do. The wards, the traps themselves, do act as wards. They give you vision, so that's something to think about. The boar should kill him. There's the boar. I want to run until the minions disappear. Oh! See if I can't get him to step on that. I'm hitting him during his ultimate just because I don't care. I have the movement speed buff so I can keep up. Or keep away at least. Agni's going to be heading this way, so I want to head towards mid. I want to dodge that. Here comes the Hades, but I do have my beads. Cut that Titan in the corner so he steps on it. He might keep chasing here, who knows. Agni's coming in. Odin's probably gonna die here. Yeah, he's gonna go down. That was a really good group up by the enemy team. They really worked together really well there. I tried to lead the fight more towards mid because there were players in the right lane that could help, but sometimes it just works out that way. You can see how that really, unless they step on my traps, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So, I mean, there is some finesse if you practice a lot using the traps. You can get that off. Come on, Agni. Hades backed. See if we can't catch someone trying to back somewhere. I mean, don't get me wrong. Artemis is a very good carry. She's a very good character as well. She's a very good god. It's just, in general, if you're playing an equal game or maybe even a competitive setting game, she just has such low mobility and she's very vulnerable. If found in a team fight, if the enemy team decided to dive me or focus me at any point, there's not a whole lot I could do about it. I really need my team to help me there. So that kind of vulnerability is not preferred by most people. So I'm going to let this Bakasura leave so I can get Cupid alone. See if I can't... I really should have Creeping Curse. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that. So that charges in. Drop the trap immediately after. There's the kill. That's that. I'm starting to land basic attacks. The whole... We got a Vamana. There's a Vamana coming in. Oh, he went back mid. I'm going to go ahead and step on this health buff. Don't you fucking dare, bro. Oh, the mana buff. Screw the team. Get the mana buff. Yes. Mana buff is like the best buff. The best buff of all the buff. Oh, this guy. I'm gonna have to jack it from him. Sorry, bro. He's mine. He's mine. What a jerk. Looks like Vamana might go down right lane. There was some mid lane, but they're not here, from what I can tell, so they probably went over to help. There was a Hades. Here's the Hades. Yeah, he went over to help, and I guess he ended up coming back a bit. We can probably go for ulti. I dare you. There you go. I need to dodge the umbrella rain that comes out. There it is. Dodge that so I don't get slowed. There's going to be a heart bomb follow up right afterwards. Another umbrella rain coming up soon. If I can, there it is. If I can dodge the slow there, I'll be okay. Oh, he's going for it. If I can stay on the tight side of the tower, his AoE won't hit me. I guess he really wanted me there. But what I did there is a hitbox on the area of Vamana's ultimate, which means that I have to be in line of sight. He can't hit me through walls. So what I did is I just ran around the tower, hugging it as tightly as I could so that when the AoE went down from his smash from his umbrella during his ultimate, that it didn't do any damage to me and I was able to live. Yeah, that's basically what happened. You can see how I have more gold than this guy, but he has less items. But he bought an Ankh of the Golem, which is very, very cheap. One of the newest items. It's decent, but I don't prefer it myself just because it doesn't provide enough of a advantage. I would say maybe a late game item, but even then it's just so... Let him right to me. Yeah, I agree. Blue baby. Stun. The boxer's gonna get away, unfortunately. I landed my... He's gonna leap through probably an ultimate right after. My beads aren't up right now, so they're gonna be heading towards me, but I'm gonna land a trap right there. And you can hear by the sound, he did step on it. Hades is in hot pursuit, looks like Vamana stepped on it. I might be able to swing this back around to Odin or maybe bring it over to Ra. They're both quite tanky, so... It's going to stun Hades right after that. And I want them to focus my teammates because I'm quite squishy here. That's going to land a slow. Hades is still going for this. He's going to step on that trap, which might save my life. You can see I'm just super vulnerable to focus. If they at all... The thing is, like, Artemis has been around so long, people expect the traps. I guess some of the people I'm playing against right now aren't expecting the traps. But in general, if they do, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I mean, if they just avoid the trap, like, if they weren't hitting any of my traps, I would be dead. Just because, like, that's the only thing I have to defend myself when I'm being chased. And if I'm against players who are privy to that, then they just go around the traps, or they expect the traps, or if they have some kind of dash or leap, then they'll be able to go out of it. I mean, Agni can use his Trail of Flames to get out of the trap if he steps on it. Hades, I think, can. Maybe Cupid. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but that's definitely possible to do, to just leap out of the trap. Looks like we're coming to a close here. I mean, we're only up, surprisingly, by about 6k, about 6.3k, which is pretty surprising considering the fact that we're doing so well. I guess they're farming really well. I can probably kill this guy right now.
An enemy has been slain.
Need to be careful about the team coming at me, but there's the Hades. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go ahead and I already have a trap here, so you can use the traps as vision. A lot of people do use them for that. You can also use them to completely segregate an area. Ra's getting attacked here. I might just let it go. That'll balance up the game a bit. Odin's gonna get the mana buff. No! It's alright, I'll get all the other buffs over here.
Attack, Fire Giant.
Fire Giant might be a good option here. There's not a whole lot they can do to contest it either. We're not really grouping up. Once they group up, I'll head over there. I do want the damage buff if I can get it. See how I attack relatively slowly? Actually, if I can probably kill this Bakasura. I'd actually probably kill him before he gets out of my trap. See, you can leap out of it. He's going to go for an ulti here, but I'm just going to run past it. When he has no... There's the kill there. I just didn't want to be trapped or slowed by his ulti. I wanted to fight him 1v1 without his minions, so once I got far enough away to isolate him, I just picked him off there. Looks like my team's pushing the enemy team back, and this might be a surrender soon. What I want to do is I want to get the buffs. Get that damage buff, go back, probably finish my Chine's Blades by the time I'm done with that. You can see how I'm doing a lot of damage, and the only time I'm really doing perfect damage is when I have my Vengeful Assault up. Now is the time I really need to start focusing on attack speed as well. That's why I'm going for the Chine's Blades. Partly because I do need attack speed, and partly because I have trouble taking down Vamana and Hades, who have a lot of HP. And Chine's Blades is very, very excellent at taking out people who have a lot of HP. Maybe my team will wipe up there. Looks like they're diving the Phoenix. Check out, all the ultimates are down. Everyone on my team has an ultimate down. Vamana's getting focused pretty hard here, and he has no ultimate. He might die. There's Ra getting focused. Ra's ultimate just came back up. He's probably going to use it immediately. Finish off the Chine's Blades, and I can make a final push. What I really need is a Creeping Curse or Heavenly Agility so I can attack on the move. Looks like Vamana's getting really low. Ra's getting really low. Vamana ended up popping his ultimate. Vamana's up in the air. Ra's ultimate is still up. Super Dank, he does have his Ring of Spears available if he wants to use that in Isolate. Ra's getting back with very, very low HP. The Spears went down. Get the trap off. We got an ultimate going down. It hits Bakasura. Hades is most likely going to ultimate here. Vamana does live. One shot. I have the movement speed buff, so I can... Things if I used it right at the tip here, it wouldn't kill him. Or it wouldn't... I'm going to go ahead and do it. If I kill the Phoenix, I'll have nothing to hide behind. Looks like this might be ending in a minute. Ooh. Even though I am quite far, I'm doing a lot of damage and I can isolate people very easily. I just need to make sure they don't get focused. Just because, like I said, I'm not one of those characters that has high mobility or any form of reliable escape, so if I do get caught out, I'm very easily killed. Regardless of how much farm I have, and regardless of how careful I am, if I get caught out, I'm most likely going to die.
Your team has destroyed a
Hades has an ultimate, but I have beads. I'm gonna go ahead and beads right out of that. Place a trap right here, so they'll have to go around. Looks like they did go around. I'm still slowed from the creeping curse, but I want to do is I want to run to my team here. They're most likely going to keep chasing me because they know they need to get this kill off. I'm going to land that trap there, run in a linear fashion so that they have to. I hear Vamana going off with his Clear the Path, so I'm going to cut as many tight corners as I can. I heard the Vamana ultimate go off. He's probably still in pursuit, which he is.
An enemy has been slain.
I want to turn around here, actually. I don't know if he's coming around for me or not.
An enemy has been slain.
Looks like my team's on the cleanup here. I'll probably go for a Soul Eater now.
Attack! Fire!
Good attack speed, good life steal, and then I'll just be able to go toe-to-toe with almost anyone. This is a somewhat typical item build. I mean, a lot of people for physical carries in general will have their own personal preference. I personally prefer going for an execution early on and then going for damage like a Deathbringer if I'm doing well, or Devourer's Clubs if I'm not. I just really like the Executioner as an early item just because it gives you attack speed, physical power, and then penetration to the point where you'll be able to take people down really easily. You see how I'm definitely a very powerful carry. I scale very well with items. I have a lot of scaling abilities with my passive and the Vengeful Assault. It's just very easy for me to carry. It's just probably not as much so as other carries. Look at this firm baby. Oh, there's an Agni right lane who's probably backing up, so I might want to just come over here and grab him. He was over here. I don't know if he's getting buffs or something. There you are. Hello. Uh-oh. A stun. A stun and run. I need him to dash is what I need. He's waiting for me to run at him so that I will be behind him when he dashes. He's waiting to bait me for that. Plus he has the move speed, so I need to be careful. I don't want to use my ultimate just yet. I'm going to use it now. Oh, there it goes. Land the trap underneath him. Unfortunately, I'm hitting minions right now. Definitely is very helpful to understand what the enemy is going to do before they do it. I could tell he really wanted me to run at him, so I kind of floated behind him, just waiting for a chance to attack. And we're going to go ahead and finish up the Minotaur, it looks here. I can just go ahead and kill this. Actually, I'm just going to go see if I can't get another kill. Oh! Oh, so that's my Artemis game, guys. Hopefully you learned a lot. Hopefully you learned a little bit about me, learned a little bit about the game. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and like. And thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you in my next video.